There's a really big problem in the event industry that no one's really talking about. My name is Ram. I'm the founder of Event Visionary, and I have over 10 years of experience in the event industry, working as a live audio engineer as well as an event organizer myself. Now, one of the issues that is not really talked about, which is a big issue primarily in the live music industry that I've seen, is one of it's two things really. So we'll go over the first thing in the live music industry. You have talent such as live audio engineers, lighting engineers. You have DJs, you have bands and artists and so forth that are all coming together to be a part of an event. Now the issue on this side of the event space oftentimes is that their fee sometimes is negotiable beyond the point where it should be. So let me try to clarify this. So event organizers and bands and DJs and whatnot, usually prior to the event, behind the scenes they have this a conversation about what fee they would agree to in order to be booked for this particular event. And typically, there may or may not be a formal signed contract. And even if there is, the contract is oftentimes still broken, especially if, for example, the event turnout isn't doing too well. If the turnout isn't too good, well, then there's no funds, right? Oftentimes what'll be argued is that the funds are not there, so they can't cover the fee that they initially agreed to, and so they kind of have to backtrack a little bit, go back on their word, which kind of sucks, right? If you're the DJ or the artist that was booked for that show, you expected to be paid for that show at the fee that they agreed to. Now the problem with securing the fee up front, at least directly, especially if you've just met the event organizer or the promoter for the first time, especially if it's the first time that you guys enter into an agreement or a relationship, the event organizer or promoter is not going to feel confident just giving you the funds up front, right? They might, especially because, so here's what happens on the other side of that, right? So oftentimes when promoters or event organizers will book a band or a DJ or some type of talent for the show, what can happen, and this has happened to us at our events, we book somebody for a show, we give them a deposit, usually a down payment of some sort for the headliner or subliner to secure them, and that way they've confirmed that that they've been booked for that particular gig for that date at that time. And so the problem with giving them the deposit up front is they can just choose not to show up. And this has actually happened to us at our events multiple times over the last 10 to 15 years that I've been alive to witness it. And this sucks because usually we'll put thousands of dollars, and even if there's a signed contract, especially if the artist is from a different country, or they're even if they're from the same country, they might break the contract and you might need to pay like a lawyer thousands of dollars to open up a case or to sue them for damages done to your business. And so that is a whole ordeal that event organizers and promoters want to avoid at all costs, especially if there's $1,000 on the line, or whatever amount of money is on the line for the down payment itself, right, to secure the booking. And so they'll either just like not show up, or they'll just completely disappear and not return phone calls. And so that is a whole mess. And the event organizer and the promoter, they have the entire risk. They're taking on that entire risk when they're organizing the event. And so what we've done here at Event Visionary to try to mitigate the risk on both sides, because we want the artists and performers or talent that show up to be a part of the event, if they've set their fee and the organizer or promoter has already agreed to pay them that provided that they, that they complete their gig and that they do the performance or whatever, the talent should get paid. There should be no circumstance under which you have, completed the gig, the promoter agreed to pay you, your fee, whatever that was, and at the end of it, they refuse to pay you at all, or they try to negotiate, the fee down a little further. That can be a discretionary thing that you do, but the performer or the event talent always needs to get paid if they completed the gig. On the other side, on the flip side, the event organizer needs to also be protected, right? And have the confidence that the new performer, the new gig, right? The new performer or the new event talent that they hired is going to show up to the gig and meet their end of the deal. And because it doesn't always happen, it's hard to, it's hard to have or to form new working relationships with people in the event industry. And so what we've done is we've created basically a system that allows, that basically protects both the buyer and the seller, both the promoter and the the event talent, so to speak, so that, basically the way it works is the talent, you'll send them over a link to pay a certain amount, whatever your fee is, and they will deposit the funds into an escrow account. If you don't know what that is, basically an escrow account is just a third-party account that holds the funds temporarily until the agreement is met, and it's executed on both sides. So in this case, the event organizer, would deposit the funds into that escrow account, and that way your funds are secured. They're stored in a third-party account, and once you've completed the gig, assuming that you actually completed the gig, the funds are then released to you shortly thereafter. So that way the event organizer is able to pay with confidence, right? That they're not going to get screwed over at the end and you're just going to run away with their money. And the talent, right, the DJ, the artist, whatever, you guys are able to get paid, and you're able to see that the funds actually exist, right, up front. And so there's that. That's pretty much how we have tried to solve the issue. If you're interested in checking out how easy it is, it's really, really simple. You just onboard once as a performer, as a DJ, as a magician, a band, whatever role you play in the event industry. We are here to serve you, and we invite you to our platform to start using it and start securing your upcoming gigs. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to list them down below in the comment section, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. And if there's anything, if there's any other ways that you guys think that we can help you guys out in the event industry, whether you're an artist, a performer, a DJ, whatever role you serve in the event industry, if you're an event organizer even, feel free to list down your your thoughts below on how we can better help you guys out